Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you are doing well. In today's video, we are making some tomato stew for our jollof rice, and I'm making it in bulk so we can store some in the freezer. My name is Gifty. If you're new here, a warm and pleasant welcome to you. Let's dive right in. To begin, I'll add in 2 large sliced onions into the heated oil, and I'll add a little bit of salt to this, and this will help to draw out the moisture faster. Okay, so I'll give this a stir and I'll allow it to fry until it begins to caramelize. And whilst that is going, we'll go ahead and blend our ingredients. So I have 1 large onion, and when making your tomato stew, you really want to add a lot of onions to it because it will really add a lot of flavor to your stew and make it very delicious. So I added 1 bell pepper. I'm using green bell pepper. You can use any color that you wish. And next I'll go in with my spices. So I have some coriander seeds, allspice, cloves, African nutmeg, fennel seeds, habanero chilies, and I'll also add a sprig of rosemary to this. So I'll transfer it into the blender. Next, I'll add in some fresh ginger, a few cloves of garlic, and I'll add some fresh basil to this. Basil really adds some flavor to your stew. So I'll add some water, then blend this until nice and smooth. Going back to check on the onions, it's beginning to caramelize as you can see. So I'll now add in some of the blended ingredients, and I'm using most of it, not all of it though. So I'll transfer the rest into a bowl, then rinse out the blender and add that bit of moisture into our stew or our onion. Then I will allow this to fry until the moisture evaporates. And this should take about 10 minutes or so depending on how much stew you are making. So going back to check on our stew or our onion mixture, the moisture has evaporated. I'll now go in with some smoked paprika and some curry powder. Then I'll add in 3 bay leaves and give this a stir and allow this to fry for about 30 seconds to a minute. And this really allows the spices, the curry powder and the paprika to really release the oils. Okay, so that is done, and I'll now go in with 1 cup of tomato paste, and it's frozen, so I'll allow this to fry and thaw out for a few minutes, about 10-15 minutes on moderate heat. Okay, so this is frozen tomatoes, so yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to thaw out. All right, so I'll fry this until it's well done, then we'll move on and add the next ingredients. It's been about 15 minutes, so next I'm going in with some crushed tomatoes, which I cooked down to get most of the moisture out so our stew can fry faster. You can also use fresh tomatoes, just blend it and cook out the water content. All right, so I'll add it in and cover it and allow this to fry. Tomato stew tends to spit a lot, so you want to cover it halfway so the moisture can also evaporate, and then your stew will fry faster. So you want to fry your stew on a moderate heat to prevent it from burning, and every now and then you also want to go in to stir it to prevent burning as well. We really want to avoid that. So going back to check on our stew, it's been frying beautifully as you can see, and I added some shrimp powder off camera, so I'll give this a stir. And at this point I'm going to add in some fresh basil. We are nearing the end. I'll also add some salt to taste, and at this point I don't add too much salt because when I'm making the actual whatever I'm using it for, I might add some salt. And I also added some dry rosemary. I love dry rosemary, and some fresh basil towards the end. I'll cover this and allow it to fry for about 10-15 more minutes. And guys, at this point our stew is ready. It smells amazing and looking good. And now you want to go ahead and scoop off the excess oil. Okay, I know a lot of people have concern about the amount of oil we use during the process of frying tomato stew, but trust me, that oil is not to be consumed. Okay, so once you scoop it off, this is what you have. Once it cools off, you can portion it into smaller containers and put it in your freezer for any time you need it. And our jollof rice is ready. You don't want to miss this recipe. So stay tuned for the recipe. This makes cooking a breeze. Literally, you have jollof rice on the table in 30 minutes. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Kindly like and share this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell next to it so you don't miss any of our uploads. And to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support. And until we meet again, stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and be well. Bye, y'all. See you in my next one.